here we go. We're putting the top crust on the apple now. And hopefully it'll be lots of crimping, and so we won't lose too much juice, hopefully, because it's kind of cementing it together. See, and I put a little flour on my fingers, and I fold the top crust under the bottom crust and sort of squeeze them together, but not so they break. Okay? Everything, as I said, in baking, it seems to me there needs a gentleness of approach. We don't need quite this much, so I'm just going to tear it off. And okay, but this is great. Okay, so I'm going to move this around, and I'm going to do a little bit more. We just don't need quite that much. And squeeze it so that it holds those juices in. Okay, here we go. I'm keeping on going around. There. Oop. Here we go. Maybe we'll take a video of doing something with this extra crust that we have left. You can use it to have a little fun on top if you like. So I'm just keeping on doing, again, we just don't need quite that much. Okay. I'm going to take some that we didn't use to go under there, because that seems like it might need a little extra. And under here too. Do you see, I just add a little bit under there to sort of augment what was underneath. Again, hoping that we're going to keep the drips out of that to minimum. It drips off the top, that's fine. I'm going to take this under here too. Just kind of here we go. So much fun to have this director's interest here, who happens to be my son. It's really fun. All right, look at that. We've gone all around the pie. And now, next step, we're going to go around again, and this time we're going to kind of stick it together, really pinch it between your fingers and have a little fun. The hardest part is done. I'm just so it doesn't stick, I'm putting a little flour from the rolling on my fingers so it doesn't stick to me. Here's another important thing. Sometimes, because these pies are so big, you want the crust to sort of lean in toward the pie, or else it may lean out so much that it breaks, which has happened to me, and it's just kind of a mess. It still tastes good, but it really makes a mess in the oven, and you lose a lot of the juice too. So, can you see I'm sort of pushing this crust in a little bit toward the pie. A lot of this, I think us cooks who are sharing, we want you to avoid the mistakes that we have made. So you can see, and it's going to make a nice edge, and then we can enjoy crimping it. And we're almost ready to do that now. And I suspect there are as many ways of crimping as there are bakers, pie bakers. This is the way I have come to do it. I begin with, I just use my index finger and thumb, and then my index finger of my left hand, you left-handers would do it the other way, and push it. And I give myself a lot of space. The crust is so nice and soft. It's kind of like clay. It really is like clay. So if you like sculpting, or even if you don't, you should really enjoy this. Okay, can you see it's making a little design, and that really is enough. But I sometimes like to round mine out a little bit. You can experiment, which I do, with what shapes you like and how to hold your finger for those shapes. When I go around the second time, I just take my thumb and my index finger and I sort of curl it around. And it pushes it both in and out. Again, you'll find a way that you like. Now I'm taking my thumb and sort of pushing it out a little bit so it has sort of a ruffly look to it. I like that. I like ruffly looks for my apple pie. Pumpkin, I make more edgy for some reason. But this is beginning to look the way I like it. And don't be sad, because in the oven it changes. That's okay. And now, I'm going to, the little bit of crust that we have left, I'll try to do something, maybe make a little apple, or, that's good enough. And